Hello people and welcome back to the weekend roundup, where we go through all the action in the Premier League for the weekend and then a team of the week for the Premier League, and then go through all the other leagues as well and talk about how the other leagues are doing, and you'll catch up on what's going on. Starting with the title race, and there was only one team in this title race, and Liverpool were going into the game. You know, I thought they were favourites to beat Brentford, but Brentford, you know, I know they have a good home record, I know they do well at home, and they, you know, they're a strong team, defensively especially, and it looked, going into the 91st minute, that the game might just peter out or end 0-0, but then Darwin Núñez, who's been on horrible form, decided he's wanting 2 goals against Brentford. Yeah, difficult region at its finest, that is. But it's what teams do. It's what these, if you're going to win the league, it's what you've got to do. You've got to have that ability to change the team up and go for it. I think Arteta complained about it, saying that the things that the people he has on his bench aren't as good as the ones that Liverpool have on the bench. That's a problem with your own recruitment. It's not a problem with, you know, anything else. That's your fault, Arteta, for not helping his players a bit more, I guess. Brentford played really well. Brentford had the chances probably to, you know, win the game. I feel like Mbeumo, Visser, Damsgaard all had very good chances. Even Lewis Potter had a very good chance and just didn't take it. He tried putting it across, and I think it's down to a Thomas Frank issue of where he wants their players to shoot in the best positions and not just force a shot out of nothing. But sometimes, if the option's there, just try it. Just try the shot. I think Szoboszlai had a great game. I think Szoboszlai controlled the midfield. He had some of the best chances in the first half. Obviously, Liverpool had. I think Liverpool had the most chances. I think it was like the 36th shot on goal that went in, which is crazy. 36 and 37 from Núñez. Finding a way. You need to find a way to win the league, and Liverpool are doing that right now. Sadly they are. Arsenal versus Villa, the team that's chasing down Liverpool, the one that's just hunting them down, and Arsenal decided to want to draw with Villa. 2-2. They were winning the game 2-0, but then they threw it away with some poor mistakes. Sleep was really missing that defence. So it was just some poor defending. It was you couldn't clear the lines properly, and Villa got back into it. Arsenal were the better team. Arsenal were the more dominant team. Villa were not good in this game, but Villa got a result because of poor play from Arsenal. And then I thought Arsenal snatched it towards the end. I really think Arsenal snatched it, but it was handball. The ball came in off of Havertz's hand, and you can say, oh, but it came off his hand. The reason it went in the net is because it touched his arm. Okay, the way it bounced was because it hit his arm. It was handball, and Arsenal just need to do better. If they want to win the league, they have to be better. Newcastle and Bournemouth. Oh no, I want to go to actually the team that is really chasing down Liverpool now. The team that's actually in the race is Forest. And Forest played Southampton, and I thought walk in the park. Forest from there on, walk in the park. And in the first half, it was the walk in the park. Chris Woodcock scoring a goal, Hudson-Odoi scoring a goal, and Anderson scoring a goal. It was really poor goalkeeping from Aaron Ramsdale. Even Milinkovic scored a goal, but obviously it's allowed. Ramsdale for that was awful. It bounced into his hand, and he just fumbles it into his own net. He needs dropping, right? He needs dropping. If you don't have another goalkeeper, put Bednarek in net. You can't have Ramsdale in net. He's just so poor. Southampton need to sign another goalkeeper. Ramsdale is not good enough. And if you know what, if he gets called up somehow to the England team, bin it off. Just bin it off right now. He is dreadful. He is dreadful. He showed that he's in his Arsenal days, and he showed it against United midweek, and he showed it again against Forest here. Southampton, though, they're not going down without a fight. You know, they managed to bring up 2 goals. And I was looking at it and going, oh, so I might have something to talk about there. You know, Southampton getting 2 goals back. You know, it might be more exciting, a bit more to talk about. There weren't great goals for Southampton. It was a corner to the 6'6" player and a massive deflection off of Bednarek that went into the back of the net. It's not great play. It's not changing things up. It's not improving. It's luck, and that's what all it was. Same with the goal against us. It's pure luck. Southampton are down, right? They've got no luck about it. Okay, we know Southampton are down. We know Southampton are done. But what Juric can do is he can change the system so that when they go down to the Championship and then come back up, they're in a better place than they were under Russell, who set them up to try and play, you know, tiki-taka football. You know, holding the ball, possession-based football. That's not Forest. That's not Southampton's era. It is Forest now. Forest are playing really well, and they are pushing for that title. And I hope they get it. Oh, everyone in my comments over there going, "Oh, what are you talking about? Forest are crap." What are you talking about? On to the big game of the weekend. The big game of the weekend for me, though, was Newcastle-Bournemouth because of what Bournemouth did in the game. Obviously, Starting off the game, it was all down to a Clivert scoring his first goal there and equaling his dad's goal record at St James's Park. He has as many goals there now with that one goal. And then Lewis Hall whipped in a corner onto Bruno G's head. And honestly, for me, Bruno Guimaraes, Lewis Hall is nailed on England's left back for the future. People say Lewis Malascella. No. It is without a doubt Lewis Hall. He is the man. Okay, Lewis Hall is just England's left back for the future. If you look like Tino Livramento on the other side of the pitch for Newcastle, he has a fight for right back, but obviously I think right back's decided right now. I think Trent has a good grasp on it, but Tino Livramento can put an argument in there for himself. Anyway, Clivert ended the game with a hat-trick, so now has more goals at St James's Park than his dad does. Considering his dad played for Newcastle, I find that crazy. Iriola, once again, knowing what he was doing, ending Newcastle's 9-game winning streak and making himself go on a 10-game unbeaten streak with Bournemouth. Some great results in there, some great pushes on there. And did this last season. After the first 10 games, they just turned it on. They just went, you know what? We're better than this. And they had a really great end to the season last year. And they're going to do it again this year, I think. And a real push further and further on. And I think Iriola is a great manager. But I think the team itself is a really great team. I spoke about this the other week about how I think they are the most underrated player-for-player team in the Premier League. And I'm not saying wrong, but I'm right. Okay, I'm right. Hoyson made great blocks all over the place. Kirkes getting up the pitch. Zabrini getting all over the place. Adams, I like the whole team. And Clivert obviously scoring goals for fun. On to Saturday, the rest of Saturday's 3 o'clock games now, which like Liverpool's game, both ended 2-0, with Fulham beating Leicester. Leicester just, something needs to change. Something needs to change. They just can't catch a break. I think they get chances and it just peters away from them. I think they just get unlucky and they just can't catch a break. They really can't. But Fulham, I just don't know, Fulham do what Fulham do. I think Leno had some good saves, saved them from some shaky moments where they could have gone down. Bird showed that how much he was missed because he helped control the midfield, and Smith Rowe getting back on the scoring side of things. West Ham Palace, I thought West Ham might have turned things around now with that win against Fulham midweek. I thought, you know what, West Ham might be on something else now. West Ham might be enjoying football again, but no, Palace beat him 2-0. They are really missing anything in the attack. They just need something in the attack because right now it is poor. It is poor. Palace win the game though. Palace played really well. Mateta, he's having a party, man. He's having a party. He's enjoying his time. Yeah, and it was a close pen. It was a close penalty as well, from what I remember. Fabianski's going right over it. But yeah, something needs to change. Maybe they need to buy the 58th strike or whatever since Gold came in. On to the final 3 Sunday games that we'll talk about. We'll talk about Everton Spurs, and we're talking about one team changing because a new manager comes in. Well, another team has changed because a new manager comes in. And Moyes' ball is in full effect, and it's ruined Ange's ball. With Everton winning the game 3-2. Calvert-Lewin making a mess of the Everton defence. Of the Spurs defence, sorry. And Spurs has been all over the place. Mikey Moore coming on late on though and changed things up, helped get them a couple of goals back because it was 3-0 down at half time. Mikey Moore came on, changed things up. But I've got to say, nothing good happens for Spurs without Kulusevski getting involved. And it got me thinking, I was like, there's a few teams down there right now that a lot of good things that happen in the attack have to come through certain players. Spurs have Kulusevski, Everton having Dye, United have Ahmad. We're relying on one player too much, all these teams. They need to be, you know what, United buy Kulusevski, buy and die, and we'll relegate them instead. It'd be fine. Kulusevski is a fantastic player. I said this last year that I'd want to see Kulusevski in a United shirt, but it's just not something I think is feasible. On City winning 6-0, I'm sure City fans had a really great time with that. It's against Ipswich, Doc having a great game. What against Godfrey? Yeah, good. Good for Doku, mate. I don't think any of the goals were. I mean, the McAtee goal was very good, but I don't think any of the goals were great goals. If you get me, they were just poor Ipswich man marking and following the man. It was a poor defensive performance from Ipswich. City obviously, you got to be good in the attack to score the goal. Still, City were good in the attack. They made use of these chances, but I don't think this is what we're seeing where it was City of old, where it was just a pure domination of a team. I think it was down to mistakes as well. And then on to the final game of the weekend. With my eyes, I thought it can be a tribute game to Dennis Law. We're gonna and give everything, give our all, just power through this game and do as we need to. But we lost 3-1. It was a really poor performance from us. It was once again about Ipswich. Our mistakes caused Brighton's goals. It was purely our mistakes. It wasn't where, Brighton done really well there to score that goal. It was mistake. All three of the goals. Obviously, us getting a penalty. I think there's plenty of chances for us to get other things in this game. I think Baleba should have been sent off for putting Xerxes in a headlock. Are you crazy? Usually I do like, I forget the referee's name. That referee though, I usually do like, I don't mind him. He was poor. Brighton should have been down to 10 men. I don't know why they weren't down to 10 men. There was so many chances for him to give yellows out, and there's no yellows were given. And I was like, do you have cards on you? Do you have any cards on you? Yeah, it was just down to our mistakes. I don't really have much to say on Brighton because I do think all three goals were down to our mistakes. Onana clumsy on the third goal. Onana not coming for it on the second goal, and there's no one tracking the man. On that first goal, it's just poor. I mean, we're better than this. We're Man United. We're better than this. Anyway, on to less angry things. It's my team of the week. I think Leno had a good game, saving Fulham from some silly moments that didn't need to happen. Aina, last ditch clearance off the line at the last minute. I got to be like, whoa, that is mint. But also good on the attack as well. I think a bit poor defensively, but massive moments in the game, gets me in the team. Huyson, once again, another off the line block there, and just a very good game, a very powerful game against Newcastle. Somewhere that's usually hard to go to, but for such a young defender, he didn't care. He just went, you know what, I'm better than this. And I think on Richards as well, because I think Richards had a good game against West Ham. I don't think he allowed much threat to happen, so yeah, Richards going to the team there. And then Kirkes at left back, because he got a goal, had a great game against Newcastle. Yeah, man. Midfield 3, I've gone with Idris Gay with 2 assists against Spurs. Szoboszlai, I said he had a great dominating game against Brentford, and it's not an easy place to play against Brentford, so yeah, Szoboszlai gets some credit there. And then Kovacic, because out of the City players, I actually think Kovacic had the best game, despite getting 1 goal. He got an assist in there, got a really nice assist in there. I think Kovacic was probably the best player on the pitch for City that game. Cliver getting a hat-trick, has to get into the team. Nunes with those 2 late winners for Liverpool, has to get into the team. And Mikey Moore with 2 assists off the bench. I got to give the eye a bit of credit. Obviously I could have gone Doku, but no, I'll go with Foden. Foden got a brace, but no, I'll go Mikey Moore, because I think for a young lad he deserves a bit of credit. 17-year-old, and helping trying to change Spurs around. Fair play to the boy. On to the other leagues. We're on to the Championship, where Leeds won 3-0 against Wednesday, and Burnley drew 0-0 against Sunderland, so Leeds getting some ground on there. Portsmouth beating Middlesbrough. It was a shock to me. Sheffield United beating Norwich 2-0, so they're still in there. Oxford beating Blackburn. That's poor from Blackburn, I'd say. Watford finally winning an away game against Derby, and then Hull beating Millwall as well, so that's the games we want to talk about. Inter La Liga, Real Madrid winning their game 4-1. Barcelona dropping even more points with a 1-0 draw to Getafe. But this one's the biggest surprise. Atletico Madrid have been on great form recently, losing 1-0 to Leganés. Nastasic getting the goal. Great, blew my head off right before Champions League week. Risky. Bayern Munich beating Wolfsburg 3-2. Leverkusen winning the game against Gladbach 3-1, and Frankfurt beating Dortmund 2-0. All keeping the race up there, all keeping it tight up there, keep them going. Marseille drawing with Strasbourg. Lens getting beat by PSG, and Lille beating Nice. Not too much to talk about in Ligue 1, but as we always do, saving the best till last. I love talking about the Serie A. Lazio beating Verona 3-0. Inter continuing to push on Napoli, because they beat their Empoli 3-1. Juve continuing their unbeaten streak for the season, beating AC Milan 2-0. A game I thought it was going to draw, to be honest, but Juve getting the win. Juve are the better team, to be honest, but yeah. And then Atalanta at home dropping points to Napoli. It's annoying. Napoli obviously still top of the table, but Inter do have a game in hand against Fiorentina. A game that I think they will win. Put them on level on points. Goal difference will take it. It is going to go down to the wire this season in Serie A, and it's always exciting. It's always good to see. But that's going to be the end of the video now, guys. Let me know what your favourite moment for this weekend was in the world of football. If you like the video, leave a like and see more, subscribe, because more channel every single day. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I do catch you next time. Cheers.